Hey everyone, welcome to Mobility Academy. I'm the flexibility guy, Coach Elia, and in today's video I'm going to show you a beautiful exercise to stretch your hip flexors, which are really important muscles if you want to improve your hips flexibility. All right, but before I start, let me show you my brand new book, Split Sucking, which is the complete playbook to learn the splits and drastically improve your flexibility level. So if you want to learn the splits, and more in general, if you want to master your flexibility, you should definitely check out this book, because as I always say, splits are flexibility. So if you master the splits, you'll master your flexibility level. I'm sure about that. All right, so check it out following the link in the description down below. All right, now with that said, let's start. All right, guys, so if you go on my YouTube channel, you'll find a lot of information. You'll find a lot of hip flexor stretches, but not a single one like this, because here we're really getting serious about intensity. This stretch is intense. You're gonna feel the stretch in your hip flexors. Now, the hip flexors are the muscles in the front part of your leg. All right, so here and also a little bit on your abdominals, and they move your leg into flexion. So they move your leg towards your body this way. All right, this is why they're called hip flexors, because they flex the hip, which is this movement here. So you're gonna need a weight, because we'll be using a weight, and some yoga blocks. So let me show you how to do that. So you must place your back knee against the wall, or like 5 fingers or like 10 centimeters of distance from the wall, like this, a little bit away from the wall. It doesn't matter, like start from here, and then as you make progress and you feel that the stretch gets easier and easier, you can put your back knee closer and closer to the wall. All right, so weight here, you must place your front foot like this. So here I want to do 2 main things. The first one is to drive my hips down, so here down, and the second one is to make sure that as I go down, my front shin bone remains perpendicular to the floor. So I don't want to do that. All right, so keep your front shin bone perpendicular to the floor. Now, once you're here, place some yoga blocks under your hips, just to make sure that you're going at your max depth. All right, from this position, you want to place a yoga block on the other hand, just to keep the balance, and you want to grab the weight here. From this position, you just go down and you stop here. There's the stretch. All right, you can also place your front hand on your front knee and you stay here. As you can see, I'm pushing my hips against the blocks, and I'm just letting the weight push me down and my hips towards the blocks. This is really intense. I'm gonna remain here 6 to 10 breaths, and then I can apply a PNF contraction. Now I'm just leaving the weight just to explain to you how to do that, but you gotta keep the weight in the position, all right? Because the weight creates the stretch. So after 6 to 10 breaths, I wanna push my back foot against the wall and my back knee against the floor. So 2 movements. And I wanna squeeze my hip flexors to do that. So back knee down, back foot against the wall, and I hold the tension. There's a PNF contraction, and it's excellent to relax my muscles in the position. So I'm here, for example, I'm here, all right, and I push. This gets intense, 10 to 15 seconds of PNF contraction, and then as I stop, I come up. As you can see, I decrease the stretch. Inhale, exhale, and I get deeper. Really intense, guys. Another 6 to 10 breaths. I suggest you do 6 breaths here, because it really depends on the weight you're using here. I'm using approximately 5 kilos, 10 pounds or something like that. So start with something like 2 to 3 kilos or 4 to 6 pounds, and then build up from there, all right? But if you feel that the position is intense, perfectly fine, but just stay there a little bit less. Now, another secret here, another key point is this. I'm using the blocks, guys, because the blocks allow me to relax in the position. Because if I didn't use the blocks, I would just go down and never find the stretch. Of course I can find the stretch, but I can never relax here. I could never relax because I don't have something to relax on. So you wanna use the blocks to relax on something, to relax your hips on something. And by doing that, you can remain in the stretch longer and you can improve your range of motion. It really depends on your level of flexibility, of course. So adjust the blocks accordingly to your level of flexibility. All right, so 6 to 10 breaths here, all right, with the weight. If the weight is too much, just decrease the weight. Then PNF, I come up, 10 to 15 seconds of PNF, then I come up, inhale, exhale, and I get deeper. If it's too intense, for example, just stay here. It must feel good, all right? And you wanna spend time in the position, because if you use a weight which is too much for you, you can't stay in the position because it's too intense, all right? So really adjust the height of the blocks here accordingly to your flexibility level, all right? So start high. Then as you improve, as you feel that you can relax in the position, just go a little bit down. And I mean a little bit down. For example, if this is like too much, I want to do something like this, and then I want to do something like this. Just gradually go down, all right? And always use the weight. Guys, always use the weight. Here, you don't want to put the weight down. This stretch is intense. You gotta do the stretch with the weight. Just adjust the weight accordingly to your level of flexibility and the intensity of the stretch. If you feel that the weight is pulling you down too much, too strongly, decrease the weight. All right? So decrease the weight. Maybe you can use a little bit less. Build up your level there. And once you feel ready, increase the weight again. All right? But you always want to keep the weight in the position. You don't want to let it go. All right? So I stay in the position, 6 breaths, for example, PNF contraction, where I push my back foot against the wall and my back knee down. I hold that contraction 10 to 15 seconds, then I stop. I inhale, I exhale, I come up, inhale, exhale, and I go down, and I try to get deeper. Now, when I say I try to get deeper, I don't mean that every time I go down again, I need to remove the blocks or adjust the height of the blocks. No, it's just getting more relaxed in the stretch. Doesn't mean that you need to lower down the blocks more, all right? So these are the key points of this wonderful, really wonderful hip flexor stretch, all right? Guys, if you give this exercise a go, or if you have any further questions or doubts about this exercise here, please let me know in the comments down below, because I'll be really happy to answer to all your questions. And if you enjoyed the content, remember to hit that like button and help me grow this YouTube channel. With that said, that's all from the flexibility guy, Coach Elia. Have a nice stretch and see you in the next video.